Okay, what's your favorite Christmas pun that you've come up with? I would like a Laura and Alaina original, please.
Well, I can come up with one right now. This day feels really ornament to be.
Whoa.
We're going to have a ball.
You should be a songwriter.
Hey everybody, welcome to Country Heat Weekly. So many things are happening in Laura and Alaina's world, but we drug her in here just in time so that we can talk about one of the most important things, your book, and all the other good things that are happening too.
I'm so excited.
I know.
You guys are telling me you listened to it, right?
Yes.
Listen to it.
Which, if you listen to it, it is me reading it,
Yes.
which is very funny. My southern accent, I'm sure. I have not heard it, but I imagine it's pretty funny at times.
It's perfect. I felt like you were sitting in my car reading it to me, and I
Yeah.
loved that.
It was harder for me to read it out loud than it was for me to write it.
I did definitely feel that emotion when you were talking. You can hear you can hear yourself getting like choked up. And I was listening at work at my desk, and I was like, people were trying to talk to me, and I was like, give me a second.
We have to tell everybody the title. We're going on and on about the book,
right.
but it's
Sorry.
Getting Good at Being You, Laura and
Yes.
Alaina's book. It's out now. First of all, where did the idea for doing a book come from? Did you always think you would publish a book one day?
Yeah, I definitely always wanted to write a book. I never felt ready. I felt like I was still in the middle of the book every time I thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, HarperCollins came to me with the opportunity. They do these gift books, and they sent me a few examples, and I read them, and then I was like, yeah, I think it felt like it really lined up with what I do as an artist, and I think it really represents who I am as a woman now, which is really important to me. And for me to be able to write a book centered around healing and loving yourself and loving others just felt really meant to be for me.
Yeah. And you don't shy away from those tough subjects. You talk about having an eating disorder. What was it like talking about some of those really tough things and seeing that in print?
I always share my stories through my songs, right? But they're 3 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only so much you can say in 3 minutes to really get in there and talk about how it started and how bad it got and my mother and her role in the whole thing. It was very overwhelming at times, but I knew it was so important. And then by the time I got through all of it at the end of the book, I was so proud because I feel like it's very therapeutic to write a book. I was able to look back on things and say, wow, I may not have done that the best way I could have, but I got through it.
Your stepdad, Sam, had been in your life, and you talk about how he was always your biggest fan. So in living through that, what did you take away from that experience and watching him become so ill? I know that you talked about being in that grief even before he passed, really making it question your faith.
Yeah. For days, he was home on hospice. And there were like a few days there where he hadn't spoken, but it was like he was talking to someone with his eyes closed. And I always joke now and say, I think Sam was like making a deal with God that he got to give us this opportunity to see where he was going so that he would know we were okay. And I say it half jokingly, but I'm kind of not joking. And the day he died, he opened his eyes and literally described heaven to us. And it went from the worst, most tragic thing I'd ever been a part of to the most peaceful instantly. Because, I saw him see his mother. He was like talking to his mom, you guys. He was just awestruck. He was just like, yeah, it was crazy. And life-changing.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, of course.
I know that is such a vulnerable thing, and I'm sure, it's obviously very difficult to talk about.
Yeah.
And a lot of these stories that you did share, you've shared them before, but one I had not heard was about you selling your car that you won on American Idol to pay rent.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I was on Idol at 16, and I won a Shelby red Cobra. Convertible. I got the works. They made a mistake that year. and said you could have any any Ford you wanted. So I called my dad and asked him what the most expensive one was. And I was like, we're going to get the best one. They're telling, Rossville, Georgia's coming in hot. I am getting the best car that Ford has to offer. So I did. That was a good move. So anyway, fast forward a few years. I signed my record deal that was life-changing. But I say this in the book, I had instant fame, but I did not have instant success. Success has to be earned. And I had to come to Nashville and pay my dues like everybody else. You don't just get to come to Nashville and all of a sudden it's like, bang, here you go. So I put out a record and I put out multiple singles, and then I started working on a new record, and that for whatever reason wasn't connecting in a way that was going to move the needle for me. I ended up having to have vocal cord surgery, and I wasn't able to work for 6 months, and I found myself living in Nashville, and that was a really hard time, and I went broke. Like I couldn't afford groceries. But everybody perceived me as this young, blonde, famous girl, right? So I can't just go get a job somewhere because I have to keep up this appearance, which is ridiculous. I should have just started babysitting or something. But so I was like, what am I going to do? I sold the Mustang. And I slowly but surely started getting work. And then I turned in the Road Less Traveled album, and everything changed. And I wouldn't take away that season of my life because it's given me a great, great amount of gratitude for everything I have now. Occasionally I'll be like, remember when you couldn't buy groceries? So I think this little thing you're irritated about is probably going to be okay. And we got the Mustang back. We looked the VIN number up.
Yes. Yes.
And a person in Franklin owned the Mustang.
What were the chances that it was that close?
Oh my gosh.
Just down the road. And now my mother drives it everywhere. She's got the Mustang.
Oh. Let's talk about the work that you're about to go do on tour, because you've got this whole headlining tour that's coming up, 2022. Spencer Crandall's going out with you.
Yes.
Give us the insight on what we're going to see when you hit the stage. What can we expect?
We have just started talking about production and what we want to do and the set list and what I want to do. And I'm very hands-on with all of that. Okay. It's like, I love all of that. Like thinking about the lighting, packaging, and what we're going to do here. And we have a whole new album to play. So we're coming up with some pretty exciting ways to play the new music and just to connect with people. Gosh, it feels like it's been so long. And we've played a couple of shows here and there, but just to get back to a routine. I'm a big fan of being on a routine. Mm-hmm. So like knowing that Thursday to Sunday, I'm Mama's going to work. I'm very excited about that.
That's amazing.
Okay, so we're going to do something with you we like to do with all of our guests, and that's rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You ready?
So,
yes.
Start
all
off.
right, I'm going to start you off. What do you get at a truck stop?
A hot dog.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Favorite podcast?
Crime Junkies.
That's a good one.
Where do you take your friends when they come to Nashville?
My house. Just kidding. Midtown.
Okay.
Any superstitions?
I will not kiss through a window.
Oh.
Like a rolled down window in a car, I will get out to kiss. Like, because my grandmother, when I was little, said it's bad luck to kiss through a window. So to this day, I think it is bad luck to kiss through a window. And anyone that knows me knows I will not. I won't even hug you through it. I'm like, I don't want no affection through the window. I will get out.
Honey, you're sitting on your phone.
Oh, great.
Oh, no, it's just someone calling.
Oh, from Arlington, Texas. Who could that be?
It's probably George Strait. I told him to quit calling you here. Oh, movie. Can we talk about the movie quickly before you leave?
Oh, yes. I thought you were talking favorite movie. My favorite movie is
The
Roadhouse Romance. It's my Hallmark movie. Best movie of all time.
Did you love doing it?
It was so fun. And I just like to entertain. So any way I can do that,
Yeah.
I'm down. So I think I'll probably do more. movies and stuff and acting. I really liked it.
Yeah, I love this for you.
So good.
This is so good.
Roadhouse Romance is the movie where you can see her. You can buy her book and read it or download it.
And listen to me read it to you.
And listen
Yes.
to her read it to you.
Highly
which is-
recommend.
Tickets are on sale now because they went on sale already. So
For the Top of the World tour.
Top of the World tour. Sitting Pretty on Top of the World is the album. So she is all things that can encompass your life.
What
You
else
can
could I
have
squeeze in there?
Lauren Alaina. All things. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks so much, Lauren.
Thanks for having me.